My favorite part has really been creating the graphics and getting into the marketing side of it because I get to explore another voice that I might not typically use during personal creations. I'm getting to create the graphics and really, when I'm doing that hand in hand, it helps you to understand the brand that you're working for, helps you to understand that hey, this is what they're looking for. This is how they're going to reach the people. And you get to learn about a whole new market that you didn't know about. So I've really been enjoying that. Might have been like stumbling along the way at first, but now we're really walking and it's like, okay, I can do this. I got this.
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to what you guys are doing, to help grow the company and the things you're putting together. I'm just like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because I'm so left brain, right? I'm trying. I really am trying to be creative. Now I can create different spreadsheets.
Welcome to the Analytical Rewired, the best place to discuss various obstacles, limitations, challenges, behaviors, and how to overcome them in business. We deep dive into the complexities of people, processes, data, and technology, PPDT, adopting our focus to be either technical or creative expressions, and how to balance the two. The Analytical Rewired is brought to you by the MJW Group, a performance improvement and leadership development boutique management consulting firm that helps companies save time and money leveraging operational excellence. Our mission is to enable your organization to be more successful by refining overarching strategies into detailed plans to be implemented, generate creative and technical solutions for your operational challenges, augment and supplement your existing teams, and help you create processes that allow you to be more efficient with the resources you have. You can learn more about the MJW Group on our website at themjwgrp.com.
Welcome to the Analytical Rewired. I'm your host, Jennifer White, CEO of the MJW Group. And today I have my co host with me, Sarah Ashley. How's it going?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm doing much better.
Yay.
Had a bit of a scare last couple of days, but I'm back to my full self 100%.
Yay, we love
And
to hear
I know, right?
it.
And today we thought we switch it up here on the Analytical Rewired. We're still going to talk about all things right brain, left brain, dealing with technical and creativity. However, we have a special guest with us, one of our own team members, Brittany Jones. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you guys for having me.
Of
Yeah,
course.
so we thought we'd switch it up, interviewing one of our own team members, so everyone, including
Oh,
our
yes.
dear audience here, can understand what she does here at the MJW Group. So, Brittany, why don't you take it away with introducing yourself
Mhm.
and letting everyone know what you do?
Yeah, so my name is Brittany Jones. I am the public relations and virtual assistant for the MJW Group. I was brought on last quarter in July, so I'm very excited to be here. Uh, and I have the amazing the opportunity to be able to give our brand a voice. I get to be the voice behind our social media content, creating graphics, reaching out to the community service affiliates that we get to partner with, and really just being kind of the hands and feet of the MJW group when it comes to having a personality and a voice, really.
Woohoo.
Awesome.
Yay.
Hey, you
We
get
see
a
each other
post,
all
it's
the
probably me all
time.
the time. Look,
Welcome.
Yeah.
We're excited to have you. It's kind of a nice change of pace to show a little bit of behind the scenes of the MJW group and what we do and who we work with or who works with you guys, the audience members. But Brittany is also on my team since I am the creative STEM project manager. So we work together pretty often.
Every day, really.
That content that you guys see. So we just wanted to ask a couple of questions and see how everything's going with Brittany.
Yeah, bring them on.
I personally would just love to hear what kind of drew you to the MJW group, and then also where you would like to see yourself going.
Yeah. So I think first and foremost, I believe it was divine appointment because the way that it happened, I was looking, it was after the pandemic, after graduated, and I'm just like, what's going on? Nothing's really like coming. And it was I really wanted specific things for my job. I wanted the culture to be really well aligned to what I was looking for. I wanted, to have the flexibility to remote job experience while also impacting, the world around me, the community around me in a different way. And that's one thing I really loved about the MJW group is that we get to impact our community in many different ways. So whether it's going to be through the brand awareness and community service events or who we get to work with on a daily. So that was a huge thing. I'm glad that Marcus found me. Hello. So yeah, that's really what drew me. It was the community service. It was the integrity. That's why I'm here.
Nice.
I love
nice.
it.
Yeah, and we're glad you're here as well. So, Brittany, talk about your background, right? So you're in our PR, communications. I call it comms, but PR, marketing, comms, branding, awareness. Talk about your background and what led you to here.
Yeah, so my background, coming from University of Central Florida, Knight for life.
Go Knight.
Charge on. So studio art, digital media have been what I studied for the past 4 years. And having that digital media under my belt, it's like, okay, you have a whole new world. It's not just for art. So what else can we use it for? So, I mean, in that time, I've done graphic design, I've done illustrations, I've used it in community service events. So whether that was creating a mural for a school that I got to volunteer at and teach English to the locals abroad, or for social justice, I've been already working with the community. So it was so fitting that I was able to merge community service and community outreach with art and put them together, and they kind of go hand in hand. So that is a little bit of my background. I do a lot of community service, a lot of community outreach, and a ton of art throughout the day.
Awesome.
Nice.
I love it. Let's see. So I know that kind of joining our team, we're obviously a team of process engineers. We're writing SOPs pretty often, but I know you're first and foremost creative, so I'd love to kind of hear how you've had to rewire the way that you think, to kind of challenge yourself, if you will.
Yeah, so it has been a challenge. I'm not even gonna lie. It's been a challenge to rewire the way that I think in terms of looking at it through processes. So the way I see it is like when I'm going to create, it is more of an organic flow. And when it's that organic flow, I can admit sometimes things get missed along the way and you go back and you're like, oh, wait, I need to go back and add this, or maybe go back and do this, versus having to sit and take the time to list out everything in the process. It makes you go, oh, I would have overlooked that, or that's
100%.
that's what that is. Okay.
Yeah.
And it has been challenging. It's definitely pulled me out of my comfort zone, but I think it's for the better because you don't grow if you're not out of your comfort zone, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I think that's why we work really well together too, is just because I'm also a very creative person. And before this job, I was always like, we'll get there. We'll figure it out. And it somehow, I don't know how, it all worked. I don't know. But And then I
Right.
started this and I was like, or I started this job and I was like, I don't think that process method is going to work for this position.
Right.
So like, I think we've both kind of had to tweak the way that we think a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. Like you said,
Mhm.
if you're not challenging yourself, you're not really going to grow.
Right. Exactly. And I'm grateful for the opportunity, even if, it makes me go and question, like, well, are we ever going to get there? And it's like, you will. You
Mhm.
grow at different rates, different paces, and it happens. And I'm just happy to be able to open my mind up to different ways of doing things, because now I'm seeing what I don't know, and you don't know what you don't know, right?
Yep, you're right about that. And yes, we are going to get there. We just wait till usually at the beginning of or end of the year, I'll do like an end of year recap. And then
Mhm.
I'll make like a little video. You guys are gonna be like, oh my gosh, like we did all that this year. And I'll show you the one from
Wow.
last year. You're gonna be like, yeah, that was a lot. So
Mhm.
you don't really remember it when you're in the
Hmm.
midst of doing all these things. You're like,
Absolutely.
what is it for? Like, I don't know. I hope we get there. And
Mhm.
then when you get over the wall, you're like, phew, okay, we can do that again. Because
Yes.
I'm already asking you guys, okay, did we make that into a process? So we
Mhm.
can do it
Yes.
on repeat the next time and not really have to think about it.
It's true. And it's like once you actually understand that process and you lay it out, you can run. Like the first time you might have been walking, maybe stumbling a little bit, but after you have it laid out, it's like, okay, that's how this goes. And you just run right through it efficiently.
And
That's right.
that's what we're all about.
Efficiency.
Efficiency.
Look, because it does no good to run right through things and then get it wrong.
That's
Brittany, what's been your favorite part about your role thus far?
My favorite part has really been creating the graphics and getting into the marketing side of it, because I get to explore another voice that I might not typically use during personal creations. I'm getting to create the graphics, and really, when I'm doing that hand in hand, it helps you to understand the brand that you're working for, helps you to understand that, hey, this is what they're looking for. This is how they're going to reach the people. And you get to learn about a whole new market that you didn't know about. So I've really been enjoying that. Might have been like stumbling along the way at first, but now we're really walking, and it's like, okay, I can do this. I got this.
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to what you guys are doing, to help grow the company and the things you're putting together. I'm just like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because I'm so left brain, right? I'm trying. I really am trying to be creative. Now I can create different spreadsheets and processes and
Mhm.
structure in our tools. Like I'm good at creativity that
Woo,
way, but what you
not
guys
me.
do, no. Mm-mm.
And that's why it works so well together. It's a beautiful pairing. And it's like once you have that bridge of communication, literally, there's nothing that can't be done, honestly.
Mhm.
There's not.
Glad to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I've been really
Oh, good.
enjoying I've really been enjoying this though, in all
Yeah.
honesty. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been great. It's also exciting for me too. I've talked about this a couple of times. It's like I've already said it, but I'm creative. But there's been like a few times where I'm like writing things and it doesn't necessarily click for me until like I
Mhm.
step away and come back to it. So I'd be curious to know what your, creative block when that happens. What do you do? Like, is there any specific kind of like set of things that you do? Because I know
Mhm.
everyone operates differently, but I just kind of wanted to hear what works for you.
Yeah. So whenever I have a creative block, it is a little bit similar to what you mentioned before with yourself. So I kind of have to put things away or not see it. So if I'm working on a piece of marketing material and it's not flowing the way I need it to, the look just doesn't kind of catch your eye, I'll put it away. I'll
Mhm.
stop looking at it and I'll work on another task that I could probably finish in 5 minutes. I'll start going to something else to kind of give your mind a break, because you've seen it for so long, you're not getting any new ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to leave it alone. At least for me, I found that if I don't, then I'll just put out something that I'm not going to be happy with. And your viewers can always tell, those who are viewing your content, they can always tell when you really did try on something, or when you just said, put it out there because we need to fulfill your quota for today. They will know.
Yeah.
Hands down.
100%. And the amount of times, I don't know if you've done this, but the amount of times I've started something and I've like gotten very far in it, and then I look at it and I'm like, oh, I hate everything. Let's completely change it around.
I have a couple of those in Canva now. They are sitting in Canva, and I went another route, and it is so much better.
Yep. I think that's what happened with our newsletter too. When we were creating our newsletter, we had a completely different layout. Picked it first.
You guys did a good job though.
Thanks.
For the first one, I really loved it.
Thank you.
Look, we went through 2-3 of them before that one.
Yeah.
And we had all the information for the first one. And it was like, yeah, this isn't hitting like it needs to. Scrap it.
And I was like, this looks weird. We got to scrap it. We're going to do a whole new one.
Yeah, that's why I want you guys to share it. I keep saying, can we share this out? Because I think it's really, really good. And I know we get asked that question all the time. What do you guys do over there at the MJW Group? Yeah. So Brittany, what does the MJW Group brand mean to you now that you're a few months in?
Yes. So to me, the MJW Group means innovation for sure. It's finding new ways of doing things, of solving problems. Like, I've never thought about how many different ways to solve a problem, or the different solutions that come to mind until joining this wonderful company, honestly. So finding different solutions, being innovative, going through a process and not skipping out on things just because it feels easier, just because it's uncomfortable. It's really going through the process, being true to it, and then seeing how the results come out in the end are what you want, if not better, to be honest. But
love it.
Yeah, that's what it kind of means to me. It's innovation, it's processes, it's solutions.
Love
and
it.
I think, and I think something also to note too is I feel like, not in a bad way, but it's an invasive brand, so it does cause you to completely rearrange like the way that you've originally done things. Because I think the focus is that, not necessarily with this company, but to make you uncomfortable, because you do need to change. You need to kind of alter the way that you think so that, you know, you're getting the best work out of it, you know, quality over quantity. So.
Oh, absolutely. Now, before doing certain art projects or drawing illustrations, it's like, so what's the process for this going to be? It's like, you know what? Let's lay it out, shall we? How long is it going to take? Where are we starting? Where do we plan on ending? And then all the things in between. So now I start thinking about that before starting projects, before starting painting. So it has been invasive in a great way.
Both of you dropped a lot of bars just now, and I love it. I so love it, because you're right. You know, Marcus talks about this brand will humble you, it will change you, and that's the point. I think we want, I mean, that was our original, you know, we have this long vision statement now, but originally our vision statement was to remove complacency in business because of the places that we worked at before, where we were considered, you know, change agents. Like, we were brought in to specifically change the way things were being done, to look for better ways of doing things, to put in those improvements. And it was like, people say that, but they didn't really mean it. You know, once we started, I can remember early on in my career, someone once told me, you know, it's very good what you're doing over here with the team, but kind of just tone it down a little bit because of XYZ. So that's when you start realizing, okay, there's politics, like there's other things going on that has nothing to do with me. Like, I'm here to focus on what I was brought in to do, what I was hired to do, and yet there's these other external forces going on, and we can't just get our work done. So we try to remove all of that in our company, as far as, zero politics, no BS, for, we have a zero tolerance policy for BS, because all of those things should be removed for our team members to do their role. And if they're on client projects, work with that client to the best of their ability. There's always going to be politics when we're working with our client organizations, but we try to train our team members enough to know how to sift and navigate through that, or recognize it, and don't allow yourself to get so sucked into that to where you're not making an impact anymore.
And I appreciate that so much. I appreciate having or being at a company where it's, in a sense, a safe space. Like, you have that openness and that transparency, because I guess you could say before I even got into a whole corporate world, before I could be tainted, so to speak, with all of the politics and everything, it's nice to come into the MJW group and be like, okay, I can just be and learn and grow.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Hearts fell around.
We love it. Yay. All right. Well, I think that was a fun little first behind the scenes look.
Yeah. When you're talking to people on Facebook, you're talking to me.
Yeah, that's Brittany. That's her.
That's her.
I love it. I love it. Any last words,
stuff.
Brittany, that you want to tell the audience?
Oh yes, please follow our Facebook. See what we're doing. Check us out, because we are very, very interesting. We have lots of things going on, and I can't wait to show it to you, but I will only show it to you on Facebook.
Jennifer, do you have anything else?
No, just thank you, Brittany, for taking the time to do the behind the scenes of the Analytical Rewired. And I hope everyone got a better taste and flavor of Brittany and her role here at the MJW Group. We're glad to have her on board for sure. So tell everyone where they can reach you, or how they can reach you.
You can find me on LinkedIn, Brittany Jones. I know it's very common, but you will see me with big hair and a pink background. So yeah, find me on LinkedIn.
Cool. All right. Everyone,
thank you for having me.
Yeah, for sure. Please like, share, and subscribe to the Analytical Rewired on YouTube. And we look forward to seeing everyone in the next episode. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.